We'll see if this one is one where they can make it possible. Obviously, the role swaps is on even footing for both sides. Last match, there's no role swap, so I think that's probably the best odds. But we'll see what they can do in this one.
And let's make no odds. Let's not mince words here. Like, obviously, these games are fun for T1. They're on holiday here in Paris. They're having a good time on
some
this stage.
players seem to be having a lot of fun. Some
Guma and Antara have been having a whale of a time. Maybe not everyone on T1 has enjoyed the games as much, but I'm excited to see Reckless down to that bottom side. And the band's coming through. Victor taken off of the board. Antara may not be in the server, but the Teemo's still gone.
Oh, and they just dropped the Ambessa. You know, it was nerfed slightly on this patch, so it's a bit weaker, but this champion was so ridiculously broken on release, and obviously we haven't had pro play really, so we haven't seen too much of her, which I think a lot of people are grateful for that. On the other side, we do actually see the Ziggs coming out. I'm definitely a fan of the Ziggs pick. We'll see, probably going in the bot lane, but could go in any sort of direction. Playable mid as well. And the Yasuo coming through. I think that could be a top Yasuo, I'm going to be honest.
I love that Lebrov and Hadsama have literally just switched roles for this. That feels like slightly try hard. You know, you're still in your lane, you know.
We saw some of the other role swaps where like everyone's just all over the place, and this is bot lane swapped, and then if you look at the top side, everyone just moved down one. Like it's very slight adjustments. I was seeing coming out there. Sivir coming through for Reckless.
I mean, it's a classic.
It is absolutely a classic. 400 CS game plan, definitely going to be possible there. We'll see if that can come through. Obviously, the one-item spike crit items got kind of buffed a decent amount recently, so I definitely think leaning on those could be a big positive. And the Sejuani Ambessa sounds awful to play into. Yeah, I'm just going to be real. That does not sound like a fun time, especially if that Yasuo does go top lane. Have fun.
I wonder if it's... I mean, Broken Blade loves Yasuo. There's no way it's a Yasuo jungle, is there? Like, is that a possibility? I mean, we saw teams picking in order earlier today.
It's probably not, but today, I mean, it could be anything. I'm going to be honest. The Diana, though, Diana Yasuo, that's a pretty neat combo. And it looks like they're going to lock that in.
I mean, we're going to see some mechanics here. We're going to see some mechanics on display from G2. I'm excited to see the combo. I've no idea who's going to be playing it. I guess it's going to be Broken Blade, Diana jungle, and Skewmon taking the Yasuo at mid lane. But only time will tell. We'll see what the remaining bans are going to end up being. I've got to say, right now, I'm really liking the look of what T1 have.
Yeah, some good picks. And I feel like particularly the comfort for Reckless, a lot of team fighting power. Banning away the Rel in this situation did get like a semi-rework as well between Worlds and now, so changed quite a bit. Not going to see that one. I wonder if maybe like a melee mid laner would be something they ban away as well to stop it from syncing up with the Sejuani. Maybe even something like the Silas you could take off the cards. So they do that, and they're going to ban away the Rakan from the bot lane. Be interesting if they ban something like the Leona, something that we normally see sync up well with the Ziggs.
So what they end up going for here. Melee support of the Rel taken away already. I wonder if Faker will go for a melee support, though. It doesn't... Melee support doesn't exactly scream Faker to me. I feel like you want him on something with a bit of skill expression, but then I guess the Pike, that would have been that would have ticked all of the boxes.
Faker Pike would have been hype, but I guess we're not going to get that one.
He's had personal coaching from Carrier.
Just carrying the spirit, like Guma did with the Braum, you know?
Oh dear, K'Sante taken off the board. Only one super broken top laner in this server.
I saw a clip of K'Sante and Ambessa having a 1v1, and it was as ridiculous as you'd expect. Just dashing everywhere constantly. And the Galio coming out, so it could be Galio top, but I probably expect it to be Galio mid. I think it is going to be Caps with the Yasuo top lane. And it's just full dive. They want a melee support to pair up with this, because then, I mean, it could in theory be the Galio support, but I don't think it is. But this is just you pick a target, you throw everything in the kitchen sink and take them down. And this actually, it's Owner in the mid lane. I thought he was going to go for the smolder. That's what he was spamming in solo queue during Worlds. But instead, Bard going to be locked in for Faker. What are they going to pick up in the mid lane?
Yeah, I'm really not sure. I feel there's no way that this is actually going to be locked in, right? It could be a Sejuani solo lane with Morgana in the jungle. Morgana jungle's kind of back. That feels weird, though. Well, you mentioned melee mid laner, right? Yone fits the bill.
Yeah, that definitely feels more the vibe. And skill expression in spades, I feel like, when you're picking something like the Yone. You know, we saw that Yone 1v1 earlier. That was pretty hype. And now G2, it looks like they might be going a different direction. So they could have the Galio support, the Ziggs mid, and then it looks like they're picking up an AD carry here, which is a bit of a curveball. I mean, it could also be the Ashe support.
I'm going to be honest, I'm lost. On the G2 come, I'm trying to figure out who's playing what. I have no idea at this stage. It's a Trundle locked in.
This is the time when normally you put a lot of words in, you do a bit of stalling, you wait for the champions to go in the right spot. Just buy some time.
Yeah.
Let them figure out.
Look, and stylistically, I like the idea of the Trundle at least. You've got a big Sejuani on the other side. You've got an Ambessa on the other side to steal away some of those stats. That's always nice. I just don't know what role he's going to be in.
It looks like, I'm getting a little look in, it looks like it's going to be top lane, then the Diana jungle, Yasuo mid lane is that Ziggs spot, and then the Galio support. So, you know, I feel like still a lot of that dive potential. The combo with Diana Yasuo is going to be big. Galio can follow up on that. Ziggs can follow up on that. Trundle can kind of do his own thing. And T1, you know, this top side, the double melee champions with Sejuani. But they actually, it's like a decent match. Like, Trundle enjoys playing in a melee champions. He can actually just chomp them. So it's going to be an absolute battle on the top side.
Not to mention, there is like no magic damage on the T1 roster right now. There's a little bit from Sejuani, a little bit from Yone, a little bit from Bard. But realistically, if that Trundle gets a bit of armor going, it's going to be hard to deal with.
You're completely right, but I get the feeling Caps isn't going to be building a tanky build. I feel like he's going to be building a very high damage build. You know how it is in games like this, you're roll swapping. He's got the lethal tempo. He's wanting to do some work.
He wants to chomp some towers. That's what he wants to do. We're about ready to head on to the Rift here as we go into T1 versus G2. Last time around, we were asking the question, could anyone beat T1? This time around, we're asking the question, can T1 win themselves a game today?
Yeah, that's the question. Let's see if they're able to bring it out. Reckless popping the T1 emote there. You know, has had that one in the earlier match as well, showing the support. You know, you remember in game one, we actually had them dancing in the middle?
Yeah. Well, we did it for a minute there,
and then
until Fake Q3 did.
Yeah, he's looking for it. Don't do it, Faker. It's very rude. He's doing it again!
He's not one for messing about, okay? Like, he's here to fight. He's here to play League of Legends.
He's been in enough games of League of Legends. He's like, you know, I've seen all the little dancing thing before. I'm not really bothered by it. It's not even that. It's like he comes over to put a stop to it.
Yeah, he's like, stop this, guys. We're not having fun. We're on opposite teams. This is a competitive game of League of Legends.
Faker playing Bard support. It's like, this is a serious game.
Yeah. Oh, God. I'm unsure on this one, honestly. G2, I love the comp. The circle's absolutely everywhere. Caps in the side lane on the Trundle. I wonder how hard they're going to try for Grubs here, because with a Trundle, Grubs are absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, yeah. I really, my expectation is both AD carries are kind of wave annihilators, fast farmers. I think it's going to be a little bit of babysitting to get them to that point, and then they're just going to ignore them, and it's just going to be fist fights on the top lane constantly, both Galio and Bard roaming up to make that happen. So I think the first Grubs is going to be an absolute slugfest, and I'm here for it.
I hope you're right. We've had some absolutely chaotic games. We've had some pretty quiet games earlier. The KC G2 one early game was a little bit more serious. I don't think we're going to get that, though. I hope we're not going to get that.
The chaotic energy is really done well. I know it's roll swaps, but it just keeps like hitting my brain when I'm looking top and I'm seeing like Guma there instead.
Yeah. That was getting me in the first couple of games today. You're so used to seeing T1 and then that you don't like read the name, you just know it's the top laner, so you just think, well, Doran now, or Zeus before. Yeah, it doesn't work like that in a tournament like this. Skewmond trying to get some trades against Ona. I love that we've got Yasuo versus Yone in the mid lane as well.
More accurate fight. I remember the cinematic where, you know, Yasuo's like, sorry for killing you, bro. And it's like, yeah, it's okay.
You know, that cinematic was one of the, that came out in 2020 when I was first on LPL, and that was one of the big break videos we had. I watched that cinematic about 1,000 times at work. Caps is going in on Gumayusi, and he might just jump him down. Gumayusi, 100 HP! But Caps can't quite close the gap. And Guma survives.
And this is kind of the thing with Trundle. Those extended fights, you stack up the lethal tempo, you keep doing damage. And Bessa does have cooldowns. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but you can run out of them. But now Doran coming in. This should be an easy dive.
Caps trying to get a couple of last hits. Dodges away from. The knockup goes back underneath the tower, but Doran happy to tank it. Broken Blade wants to answer in the mid lane. Skewmon there, trying to set it up. The knockup, it's buffered by Ona. The flash comes on through, but the damage isn't there to follow. And Ona survives.
Good move from Ona to avoid that one, and wasn't the cleanest in the top lane from T1. Doran not connecting the Q, but it didn't really matter. No flash on Caps meant that was an easy pickup. And seeing the power for that best in the Sejuani is stacking, but now they have vision on Broken Blade, but it looks like they won't look for anything. Faker already making his fierce roam, matched by Hansama.
Skewmon is pretty far up this lane. Hansama just going to be shadowing to make sure Skewmon can get that wave in. Perhaps go for a reset for himself. Little bit of action in this early game, but Grubs are coming up in 90 seconds. Drake up in 30 as well, and T1
here.
I think they're going to make a big play here. Caps in trouble. Guma setting it up, but Caps is just legging it. He's trying to do a bounce. He's trying to waste some time, but there's no way out of this one. And you know Guma is going to take that kill credit. Caps is still going. Finally taken down.
Yeah, 231 gold. The biggest reward from taking them down, but Guma definitely gonna be happy with that. And you know, we talked a little bit about how Bessa was super broken, super powerful. Oh, looking for a dive.
Reckless spell shields the Taunt. It's just gonna be a tiny bit of damage. Hansama walks away. It's gonna be not a lot, actually.
Yeah, kind of hard in that situation. I think what they could have done is when the Taunt was channeling, if Labrov used his satchel to proc the spell shield, I don't think they would have killed him, but they maybe would have just got some more damage down.
Broken Blade in a 1v1 with Faker here. He's got a 2-level advantage, but Doran is on the scene. The stun about to come on through. Faker still surviving as the exhaust comes through. Triple taunt lands from Hansama and turns it all around. Skewmon has arrived to try and save his support, but it's just not going to happen. Ona might go down with a magical journey. Takes him to his destiny. The dragon! He gets in the bush. He's made it out.
Manages to get away. Nifty moves there. And Labrov is super low on HP, so can't even do anything. Try and chase. Wait, is he going? No, I think he's recalling. No, he's going for an execute. He's decided he's not going to risk it. Will sacrifice himself. But yeah, good move to get out of that one. And Guma, I feel like both top laners watched last game and they want to be the boss. You know, Guma is proxying, Caps is dying a lot. Combine them both, that's what the Bouse does.
I love just watching that matchup as well. It's so incredibly Season 1 versus Season 14. Reckless, taunted. Hansama might just be looking for himself a solo kill. Reckless taken down. Hansama is destroying them.
Manages just to find it. I think Reckless a little bit overconfident with the spell shield. And Hansama, some mechanics on display with the Galio there.
So, Broken Blade goes for an invade to start this whole thing off. Faker finds him. Not the best 1v1 for Bard to take, but he knows he has reinforcements.
The Q misses, but they're kind of confident in the Yone Sejuani combo. But this taunt is massive from Hansama. Gets the follow-up from Skewmon, and then obviously Hansama goes down, but they have to kind of respect this Yasuo who's doing so much damage with lethal tempo stacked up here. And they do just end up disengaging. Void Grub's taken there by T1 while we're looking at the replay. And Hansama, he's been pretty clean. I'm going to be honest. I feel like, you know, some players, you see them off-roll and you're like, well, it's clear you haven't had that much practice. But Hansama, I mean, it makes sense when you're a bot laner that you have understanding of support, but he's been pretty sharp with the Galio.
Yeah, AD carries going support. It's
kind of a cheat code.
There's a long history of successful swaps from AD carry to support. Maybe Hansama is just having a glimpse into his future in a couple of years. Who knows? Caps Trying to find it onto Guma. Here comes Hansama once again with a roam up to the top side. The pillar finds them and keeps them in play. Hansama now with a hat trick on the board as they look to get some plates.
Yeah, you have to be careful. They will dive you.
Level 6, well, I don't know if that's really going to save him with Broken Blade here as well. It's another one, and it's another for Hansama. 4 kills on Galio support.
Not sure what the game plan there was from Doran. Like, even without Broken Blade there, he was definitely getting go. Broken Blade just made it very easy, and now we have this super fed Galio. Not the person you necessarily want the gold on. Lebrov in trouble.
It's a good stun onto Lebrov, but with no wave. Reckless has to back away. And again, these bot lane dives just don't exist. The waves just can't survive.
And that's the thing. That's when you have Ziggs against Sivir, you are just obliterating the waves. Making moves elsewhere is going to be the valuable thing. And Hansama really making that work for his team. I mean, the gold's not that far in favor of G2, but it's been a good start.
Just look at the support gold difference. Hansama's over 1,000 gold up individually. He's already got his locket there. I mean...
You know, it's actually a crazy thing to say, but, like, obviously, going late in the game, having all that golden support isn't ideal. But this early, him having the locket, like, you can get so much value from that item. And the thing is, if you have gold on one member, they're kind of locked to a lane, Hansama can roam. So if he's always there and fight, he always has that locket shield. It can be a big difference maker.
Moves up to the top side now to try and stop Guma in his tracks. Clear those waves away and maybe get some plates for Lebrov here as they'll have the opportunity to get on the tower. Faker with a magical journey. With the pillar already on cooldown, couldn't block it. So Caps can't get too much done. Faker, I will just quickly say, still level 4. I think he needs to just soak some late XP for a minute here. Get level 6 online.
Well, the meeps give XP, so I think he's... Maybe just keep doing that. Just keep picking them up until... He's nearly level 5.
One meep away.
One meep away.
Single meep.
Yeah, he just needs to grab that. This one... Oh no, that was just his shrine thing.
I can't see any. Where are the meeps?
Has he picked them all up?
Oh no, it's chimes, isn't it? Meeps are his little dudes.
Thanks for the clarification. Don't play on a bard, clearly. Oh, he cheated. He got it from a lane minion. He soaked some XP there. But level 5 now. Reckless in trouble.
Reckless. He's been solo killed once this game, and Caps looking to take out his old lady carry. Won't quite find it as Ona knocks up the Q. Ooh, just shy. And Ona will walk away as well.
Yeah, I mean, the fact he survives against the combo of the Yasuo Diana pretty big, but now the tower's being pressured. Faker's going to come in.
Oh, that's magnificent. Okay.
Happens to the best of us.
It really does. It really does. Literally the best of us. He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
If that doesn't prove it happens to the best of us, I don't know what.
I mean, I've never seen Carrier do that, but you know, it is what it is.
Oh, phenomenal. Okay, G2 though, feeling pretty good in this game. Over 1,000 gold up. Feels like they've got the pressure right now. Faker's moving over. Hansama, again with that level advantage. As Caps and Reckless in another 1v1. Reckless a little bit too far up the lane. Doesn't have the flash available. And you're just not winning that 1v1 as Sivir. Caps takes down his old lady carry.
And I feel like having him bot is just not working for T1. They are trying to fight these grubs though.
Hansama soaking some damage, gets the taunt off, still has that locket and just set up with a knockup. He goes down in the end. It's a shutdown into Guma's pocket. They're chasing Skumond as well. Ona gets out with his life. Doran dodging, ducking, dipping, diving. Broken Blade finds one, but it's in trade for so much for T1.
Looking for Lebrov as well.
Lebrov trying to get away. Faker still not level 6, but managing to find the fights regardless. The chime hits him onto level 6, and there's the Tempered Fate forcing the flash and securing the kill.
Huge cleanup there from T1, seeing the power of those melee champions with the Sejuani, and I'm not going to lie, the Ambessa and the Yone just permanently dashing, doing all these auto attacks. Frustrating to deal with now, though. They're looking for Guma. This is Skumond.
The pace is picking up in this game. Skumond looking for Guma now in the 1v1. Shields galore, dashes galore, but it's Guma that walks away, and Skumond just has to accept the minion wave instead. Another TP on the bottom side here. Reckless will get away before Lebrov can try anything.
Yeah, the tower's in satchel range though, so you can just push that in and take that pretty easily. Will be the first of the game as well, so decent influx of gold when he gets that. We'll see G2 denied. Get any more grubs, so Hawk T1 means they get the extra one that spawns when hitting a tower. But they will lose that first tower to G2. And seeing a bit of gold lead, you know, we obviously still have a bit in the support role, but now jungle and bot lane have about a 500 gold lead as well.
Oh, the zip back could be problematic for Ona here. Half HP already, but I don't think LeBron quite has the damage at this point in the game. Still not actually finished his first item there on the Zig. Same can be said for Reckless. So we're still a little bit away.
This might be a hard dive, actually.
Caps gonna try and get that attack speed going. He's just gonna survive it. He's not even lost HP under the tower. He's literally full health. Finally gets stunned on up, but again, they just can't bring him down.
Yeah, especially one of the things is when Trundle was meta, we used to see Sejuani not actually take Aftershock because with the passive and the Aftershock, he got so much resist. Doran didn't get the memo, and Caps just, he took seemingly no damage there. They also picked up the mid-tier 1 thanks to the Ziggs. The pressure there. You gotta be a bit careful.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a fight that even Ambessa can win. The pillar, didn't quite block. If it's just a couple of pixels close to the wall, could be a kill angle there, or at least a flash angle.
As you see Broken Blade, just gonna pick up the dragon. There's gonna be Hextech, so no Hextech Soul this time. Obviously, saw that in the last one. Really impactful one. Mountain coming up next. So 2 pretty powerful souls off the cards already. T1's just going to move to this Herald. Don't think any contestants coming through. We can see resets from Skewmond and Caps. Blazing King picked up by Skewmond. Going to be pretty strong there. And, you know, to no surprise, Caps has got the Ravenous Hydra. He's going damage. Yeah.
I mean, you got it.
Yeah.
You just got it. Look, it's a show match at the end of the day. Why would you play full tank? Caps now in trouble. Faker with the magical journey to move him, Doran and Reckless up. Slingshotting the team into the action, and Caps will fall with Reckless grabbing his first of the game.
Kind of feels customary, you know, Reckless on Sivir. He should be getting the kills. You got to feel, now Labrov.
Labrov will satchel away. Oh, actually, commitment from Ona. Broken Blade is waiting at the other end, though. Ona dodges some of the damage from the Moonfall, but he will fall himself. Shut down into the pocket of Broken Blade, who is quietly getting pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the farm lead in the jungle. He is strong already. A lot of damage available. Skewmond going to get a bit of damage on this tower, but not too much to come from Labrov, though. Oh, that was a bad satchel.
Oh boy, Faker trying to make Broken Blade's just going to chase him, and Labrov somehow still walking away with his life. Broken Blade gets the kill. Doran can't finish off Labrov. How did they get away with that, honestly?
I thought he would have needed to satchel over the wall to survive. Apparently not. The team move in to protect him, and T1 starting to flounder a little bit. They're down in gold by about 2,500. And as broken as Ambessa can be, you know, the nerfs definitely, she's not as strong as she was. Guma is fed, but G2, it feels like they're in a pretty strong position right now.
The question now, can Guma do what Faust has been doing in the Lost Ratoni scrims with this Ambessa, the 1v3s, the crazy plays? I'm excited to see the team fights later with this champion. It's the first time I actually get to cast Ambessa as well. I'm excited to see the absolute ridiculousness later on.
Yeah. Yeah, especially just some of the... It's one of those things where, you know, we always make jokes about the length of, like, the text that champions have, but, like, the stuff she gets from her ult, just, like, the passive armor pen and healing is kind of absurd. Now, looking potentially again for Caps here, and they found him.
Well, he's gonna go in. Ona is looking for the 2v1, although gets chunked pretty heavily. Caps backs away. He's waiting by the clone. He might just be able to get in a flash forced out from Ona, and Caps is winning the 1v1 with Doran. The lifesteal is insane. The knock-up's there, but they can't quite finish the kill just yet. He heals over the cannon. Reckless called in as reinforcements. Ona still nearly goes down.
See a play coming to the bot side as well. Looks like G2 trying to punish Guma here. Will get his flash and his ult.
Oh, Broken Blade went down! The taunt onto Guma, but Guma's getting some damage out. Hans Sama trying to buy space for Skewmond. I don't know if he's going to be able to get away with this one, though. Faker looking to chase as well. Skewmond goes back in, but Hans Sama is down, and Skewmond doesn't have the damage. Stuck over the wall and forced to flash Guma. won't chase over the wall here, but Reckless might. The Tempered Fate sets it up, and Reckless looks for the damage. Skumond down.
Huge cleanup there from T1. Guma managing to catch Broken Blade, the critical factor. And then Fake is there, Reckless is there. They manage to get all these kills in return, and that goal lead just shrinks out of nowhere. About 500 in favor of G2 still, and things are feeling a lot better. We're starting to see some of that Ambessa being unleashed.
I think the fun thing as well is both T1 and G2 are like comeback teams. You know, these are two of the teams that you're always watching the scoreboard. You're always thinking, just maybe they can make it happen because they've done it so many times before. When you got two of them in the same game,
maybe it's a disadvantage then to have the lead, you know, because they're always looking to be the underdogs to make the comeback, and it's like G2 are slightly ahead, so they don't have that advantage. You need to drop a little bit further behind. This is kind of crazy. You see how strong the Trundle is just by ulting the Sejuani, the extra resist. Ona just doesn't seem to be doing any damage to him. And then he's getting the healing, heals a bit off the minions as well. It's hard to say, but if Reckless wasn't here, this might have ended up being a 1v2. I think they were waiting for cooldown, so maybe they would have been able to get him, but definitely the security was appreciated. And here, Broken Blade just didn't realize...
You hate to see it. You really do hate to see it.
You know, seeing more action top.
Oh, Ona denied his ultimate to escape, but Caps can't follow it after the Q3. Ona will get away with his life. A lot of these 1v1s have been incredible. I mean, Caps is 1 and 4. It doesn't feel like Caps is 1 and 4 this game.
It just feels like he is ready to throw down at any time. And even if he doesn't necessarily win it because, you know, extra health there, it does start well.
Skumon with the wind wall, jumps to the other side of it, gets a knock-up, dashes to the Void Grub, and still goes down anyway. But you know what? It looked cool.
It was so unfortunate because he actually repositioned, had the wind wall between him and Doran, so the stun hit the wind wall initially, but then the ult's used from Doran to secure it. And they will pick up the Dragon off the back of that. Now, Broken Blade looking for Guma.
Yeah, Guma trying to defend up on the top side. Actually finds a 1v1 with Broken Blade, who can't really win the longer fight here, but with some reinforcements, he finds it. G2 committing 4 members to the top side now. They're going to try and rush down to tier 2.
And they can with the Ziggs so easy. And a Trundle, their tower-taking potential is pretty absurd. You can see Reckless on the other side. He's going to take one here, but they're losing that tier 2.
The G2 contingent in the crowd are loving every second of this as G2 come alive on the server. 2,000 gold lead for them. T1 do respond with a tier 1 in the bottom side. It's not quite even.
I feel like kind of the story of this game has been everyone is down to fight, but often there are extra people there. So Ona will look for an all-in, and then Broken Blade's there. And then, you know, Guma will look for an all-in, and then Hansama is there. It's just a lot of fighting, and then...
Ooh! Caps' recall is denied. Ona looking for the 1v1 as the TP comes in. Faker arrives. Caps does go down. Faker actually takes it away. That should have been an Oda solo kill. Faker sneaks it.
You know, Faker does as Faker does, right? He feels like he deserves it. Fair play. It is going to be a Chemtech Soul, so, I mean, there's a decent amount of healing on these teams, but not the highest value Soul, which hopefully just means more fighting, right? When you have that lower price. Oh, yeah, it's 21 minutes. Actually, they're a minute late, if we're being honest with ourselves.
They were too busy killing Caps up in the top side. Baron down to half health. G2 trying to contend with this one as Caps does have the TP available when he's up in 5 seconds time. T1 still committing to this one, not letting it reset. They're tanking quite a lot of damage in the meantime. The magical journey is there. In they go. The taunts land. Look at the damage across T1, but it's turned straight back around onto G2. Baron on 1,000 HP, and Caps just goes for it, but is smoked by T1 and G2 in full retreat. Ambessa on the front line trying to tank up for T1 here with the wind wall. Denies the follow-up. The flash forward. Labrov chunked, but Reckless can't quite do enough damage. Doran now hunting over the wall with the satchel charge after the flash. He finds his flail. Skumon barely escapes.
Just another day in the office for T1. Stop Baron at 21 minutes. A little bit hectic, make it work, get some kills, and now looking to take a tier 2 mid. Starting to get a bit of a lead. Red Bull Baron power play come in. 3,000 gold already, 3,700 from this, and this could be T1's first win of the day.
It just sounds insane to say. 3,500 gold Red Bull Barra power play in 30 seconds. That is just absurd.
And this is a very hectic play, and it's a cool idea from G2, but unfortunately, Reckless and Oda kind of disengaged from that mass. The Baron's doing a lot of damage, a lot of AoE, and we see Caps tries to kill the Baron, but, you know, we just see Doran pick it up with a smite.
Ona in a 2v1, Broken Blade trying to survive with his life. He's chunked, but he doesn't quite go down. The cannon minion nearly finishes him, but Faker's looking to finish the job instead. The shield's coming through from the minions, but he will finally fall, and Faker gets another one. That's 4 kills on the board as Reckless is chasing for Caps here. Tempered Fate will disable the tower, but not going to be enough.
Yeah, I know it's a fun match, but these players have to play together beyond this, and Faker taking all the kills. There might be some resentment there.
Oh, nice taunt from Hans Sama trying to buy space for his team, but now he's kind of caught underneath the tower, and Doran is happy to tank this all day long. A little bit of CC could keep him under the tower. The bomb over the top is, I mean, he's just invincible, man. He's got Warbox as well, so it's all going to come back.
He is pretty tanky. Doran definitely doing a little bit of limit testing there. Wait, I kind of thought he was going to hit the blast cone and interrupt the recoil from Faker, but he's new to T1, right? He doesn't want to mess with that.
Oh, onto Lebrov. I mean, yeah. Anyway, as you were saying.
I was just saying, you know, he's new to T1. He's still trying to be respectful. He doesn't want to cause any issues. But yeah, it's...
I think everyone else is also new to T1 in Faker's eyes. That's why he's coming around and sweeping up all the kills. Like, listen, I'm the boss here, okay? I'm the guy. You guys are around, like...
He is the guy.
Faker and 4 wards. I don't think that's particularly the case when he's on the part. Here we go, Kuma. Oh, nice flash over the wall. Dodges away from Hans Sama. And barely takes any damage.
Yeah, Human's here, but he has to get the knock-up if he wants to keep the fight going.
Reckless, giving Guma some movement speed. I love how Guma just wins the trade against Skubon on the way out.
Yeah, I love how Reckless, you know, he's playing AD carry, still has the support mindset, right? Ults to save his teammate. Doran going to try and interrupt some recalls just so they get some pressure on the bot lane. And I think Hans Sama, he doesn't have ult. I think he's just gone.
Yeah, I mean, Hans Sama has had a fantastic game on this Galio, but there's only so much you can do when the whole gang from T1 is coming to deal with you. Gets a little bit of healing, but will fall. Another kill for Guma on the Ambessa, who is looking good. And Ona over the wall to try and escape. Oh, the Scorch, I mean, the Comet flies on through after the bomb finishes the job.
Does manage to get him. Now, I think one of the things, though, Lavrov, he's going to struggle to cut through these front lines. Super bulky right now. I know Caps obviously can help with that. Oh, the ult comes in, flash from Skewman. We're just getting non-stop action. And I love how we have the Chemtech Dragon.
Oh, hang on. Trundle Warfare is in play. Caps takes half the tower in half a second. The tower's just gone. Caps annihilating these objectives. Will he Scion all out like boss last game? I don't think he has that ability. But it just takes the inhib. He doesn't even need to leave. Just chunking through the wave as well. Guma now arriving. Doran looking to try and get some CC into play. Caps gets himself some healing to sustain from the ultimate. The lifesteal coming into play as well. Finally falls down.
Has the whole break it. Now the Triforce. I think they know the new game plan for G2 right now. And I think T1 after last game are probably a bit sick of that. I'm going to be real. They do have at least champions who can clear waves effectively with the Sivir. The champion's good in side lane, so that Owner in trouble again.
Owner's got a lot of damage, but not when he's CC'd up for the entire fight. Easy pickup for G2 as they find themselves another foothold on the map. Caps not for another 20 seconds, but it's not really a lot T1 can do right now. I think we go to, dare I say it, the coveted LCK lull state for a few seconds.
Potentially, but it hasn't felt like that in this game. It feels like whenever you think you have time to talk, something happens. Someone decides they're going to fight. Owner, unfortunately, feels like he hasn't had a fair fight this game. It feels like there's always someone there trying to turn it around.
Uh-oh. Speaking of always someone there, Broken Blade base checks in. Does have a Zhonya's, and with Hans Sama there, will actually survive. To be honest, I thought he was just going to get one tapped. I didn't even see the Zhonya's in his inventory.
Yeah, just picked it up actually there. Not sure if he had the Seekers before that. Hans Sama is threatening, but... Oh, Human's coming in.
Taunt from Hans Sama. I mean, Doran and Hans Sama not exactly damage machines on either side of the board there. Walk away with their lives. Honestly, this one's... It's been a bit memey. I feel like it's been high action. It's not necessarily been outright just memes. Like, I feel like these teams do want to win here today. Gumayusi in the 1v1 against Caps Season 1 versus Season 14. Caps trying to get the sustain up, but it's a public execution, and Gumayusi is making it look easy. Or is he? The sustain comes back up through. Reckless has arrived. Faker has arrived. Caps just can't get his 1v1. No matter what he does, he's chased down by hundreds of players. And in the meantime, the rest of G2 look towards the Baron. Caps flashing, finally falls in the end. 50-second on the death timer as G2 try and burn the Baron down. Flash from Lebrov. Doran over the wall, looking to get in and get the smite still, but he can't find it. G2 with the Baron. Hans Sama gets interrupted. Doran flashes to find more on Broken Blade. And the Tempered Fate on 3 as well. Maybe Ona can follow up on this one. Broken Blade with the knockback, the Moonfall, and he finds one on the exit. T1 desperate to deny the Baron buffs. Desperate to chase down for more. Lebrov behind a rock in a hard place and will be taken out.
Yeah, multiple members of T1 up, but still there were Barons secured for G2. Managed to get that exit kill on Ona as well. When the game started to feel like it was slipping out of their control, they make a bit of a comeback one. Unfortunately, though, Caps won't get that Baron buff. I think that's the pivotal thing. The fact that he was down, he's not going to be able to receive that. And this ended up a little bit hectic. I do think one thing was Labrov probably should have played a bit closer to the wall. You know, the game plan's definitely let's get the Baron and get out. So had to be in flash early there. We see the interrupt from Doran onto Hans Sama's ult, but he just ends up flashing out. And then this Tempered Fate from Faker was beautiful just to keep the action going.
Yeah, really, really nice. And then Ona can obviously follow up. Faker's there to look for the stun as well. Broken Blade, fair play. That is a lot of burst damage in the exhaust. A little bit later.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, you're already dead. Oh, yeah, I have this ability, you know? And then Labrov using the satchel at the end. He knows he's dead. He's like, go free, Skumond. I will save you.
I love how the damage from the teamfight is literally just the 1v1 that happened on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
Oh dear, this game has been hectic, but T1 seem to have taken control. Despite G2 getting the Baron, T1 able to punish, get a few kills there. It's only 400 gold on the Red Bull Baron power play. And right now, scores on the doors is a 3,000 gold lead for T1.
Caps looking a Faker, potentially?
Instantly spotted the pillar. I think is maybe enough for him to get away. Caps caught now, and the Tempered Fate will keep him in place. Can they kill him is the question. Reckless trying to get those autos out. The Spell Shield comes on through, and Caps just can't get autos against the Spell Shield. It blocks the Chomp. Very well played by the T1 bot lane, and Ona now in trouble. Is G2 trying to make a play on the opposite side of the map, but the CC is just too much for them. They don't seem to be able to turn it around. Hans Sama slams down, and Ona is found. Doran next on the chopping block. As in goes Gumayusi, but he doesn't have the damage. And Skumon somehow surviving. The redemption comes on through, and they can't finish the kills. But Hans Sama so low. Doran barely surviving. His Broken Blade might just fall as well. Faker somehow on board, turning it around. A triple for Faker.
Comes in clutch with the triple. A hectic fight. And it felt like so many members were just on slivers of HP for such a long time. Faker now with 8 kills on the board.
Honestly, flashbacks to Faker's World Championship final game on Bard there, where he comes in and somehow survives and takes all the kills. Unbelievable. Actually unbelievable.
Yeah, and focusing down onto Guma, but he buys so much time with the Ambassador with the mobility. Ona then goes in, he becomes a new focus, and it just feels like the damage hasn't quite split here, which is why members survive for so long, but it kind of goes in both directions. The AoE also meaning everyone on G2's low, but no one's going down yet. And it looks like G2 actually going to live and just take out Doran, and then Faker comes in with a flash, and he's just playing cleanup.
It's just crazy that they have the damage, like between a Sejuani and a Bard, they have the damage to finish these kills. Broken Blade nearly flips it around.
All that time spent collecting meeps and not being in lane, that's what allowed that to happen.
Oh, poor Faker as he sinks into the bot. Look at the bodies. The bodies just littering the bot lane. It's an absolute massacre. 28-18 as G2 now, they're on to base defense.
And Reckless, he's not quite at the 400 CS point, but he's...
nice from Sama there.
He's Flame Horizon Glabrog. And he's nearly full build on Sivir. And if obviously you can go full build, can get the boots upgrade as well. We're really hitting that fantasy right now. Reckless is extremely strong. Level 18, the only other person who's level 18 is Guma, but tied highest level in the game.
I mean, the fact that he's almost 100 CS ahead of all of the solo laners in the game as well. Everyone else has been just fighting the whole game. Reckless has just been like, he's the Teletubbies Nunu, you know? He's just charging around, sucking up the farm around the map. And Caps, for the 10th time this game, will be found in the side lane and will be taken out.
Just starting to pick up these kills. They know they have the damage now. Reckless can start pushing in this top tower. G2 need to move Skirmishes over if they want to contest this, although no Baron wave with the Ziggs. You can clear the wave out pretty well.
Owner taunted. I think we might be looking at potentially the end of the game if T1 feel like it. They might push for more. Tempered Fate doesn't quite connect. Still 30 seconds on Caps. But it looks like T1 not willing to over-push this one. They're just leaving Reckless in the top side to take the inhib as Skirmishes tries to make the play in the mid lane, but Guma survives. He gets out. The inhibitor is taken, and Reckless will walk free as well.
Yeah, and at this point, I think G2 definitely, you can see they're feeling the pressure. Caps is struggling to get out on the maps, apply that split push pressure, and with the build he has, with the Hull Breaker as well, not really built for team fights as such, so struggling a bit in that department. And right now, Baron coming up in 10 seconds. Looks like T1 going to head over there. The Dragon have kind of been on the wayside. You know, they've picked up some, but it's Chemtech. They don't really care. But they could probably just start this Baron as soon as the likes of Reckless gets over there. They're going to push this wave in first.
I mean, Reckless will shred it so fast at this point in the game, not to mention Owner as well. Doran looking to start the fight, finds the stun of the public execution onto Broken Blade. No! Moonfall doesn't find anything. Broken Blade trying to escape, but there's nowhere to go. And in charge T1. They are looking for blood. They are looking for revenge for what has been happening today. They are looking for that first win of the day. And Owner, ults like that aren't the things that are going to get you it.
Yeah, they will just be able to back off, and I think, well, I know with Broken Blade dead, no smite, they will just be able to take the Baron. So they got what they wanted, although obviously looking for a bit more there. And this could be a situation where last year, G2, the only team to win against them, could it be G2, the only team to lose against them?
Surely not. I mean, look, the script writers are not lazy. I'll give them that. Flip the script entirely. Another, I think the third Red Bull Baron power play of this game.
Yeah, and they look initially for Hans. He's pretty tanky. That extra gold, he's put to good use. But then, you know, it happened. He tried, right? And I love that Lavrov threw the ult as a follow-up. Like, he was like, "You've got this, buddy."
He did not have this.
He did not have
this. Anyway, T1 unfortunately couldn't find any more than just Broken Blade. But you know what? With Baron, it feels like T1. They're taking this late game a little bit serious, you know. They're going, they've took the top inhib, they've took the Baron, they're dotting the I's and they're crossing the T's. Now they go to the bot lane. They're looking to close out. They need that win on the board.
It almost feels like they didn't enjoy losing 3 games in a row.
That's really surprising.
You know, I feel bad for Antara, who obviously had pop-up performances in the Teemo, and then isn't able to get a win today at all.
So what you're telling me, Antara was the problem? Is that where we're going with this one?
Don't you dare put this on him.
Maybe Teemo was the problem rather than Antara. Skirmishes goes in looking for the all-in, looking for the damage. They just don't do any damage though. T1 are still full HP. Skirmishes dives back into the action and falls immediately. Caps in a 1v1 with Owner once again. And the turret shot's not quite enough as LeBron will fall just by the fountain. And with that, it will be the full ace for T1, the triple for Guma, and finally, T1, very much in a league of their own, get their first win of the league of its own.
I think a lot later than most people expected. Had to have the super sub come in of Reckless to get this one, but they do get the victory. They do take down G2. But obviously a chaotic game, but they clearly wanted that win.